Between DAT and truckstop.com, it really comes down to personal preference, I guess, right? So take time with both of these low boards and see what style fits, see which one fits your style the most. Next, we have some of the next in line contender low boards, which would be, it's really, it's all about truckstop.com and DAT, and everybody else is getting in where they can fit in, so to speak, with the exception of like Uber and Convoy doing their own thing and stuff like that, which they seem to be progressively getting more to it. Then, we also have Amazon doing their own thing, and they're, Amazon, so they're going to be progressively doing their thing too. So, and as far as Amazon, this really got popular only in the recent couple of years, and I was never really into it. It was, and some people did well, but I don't know. It seems like the hype for it and the happiness is kind of flattened out, and there's mostly like newer owner operators who are not having a trailer to haul, but they want to get their own authority right away. So maybe that's a way to get in if you want to get your own authority right away, type of thing, and not have a trailer. But for the time, I think for the $400 or if $500 to pay the note on a trailer, for how much more probably you're going to be doing well. Like I know somebody that came through the program and through the bundle program, well before it was called the bundle program, and he it was going to be an Amazon or not, and for right when he started his authority, then he chose to get his own flatbed and pay the note, and right away just started crushing it. I mean, $8,000 gross weeks, $10,000 gross weeks, $5,000 gross weeks, $7,000 gross weeks, way more than what he could have did at Amazon, I think, and with more flexibility and freedom, and he got to travel to the places he wanted to and stuff like that. So next we'll talk about 123 low board. Here is their hyperlink, their link. 123 low board is one I used briefly for about a month. I just wanted to try it out, just to experience it, and I wasn't very impressed. But I was able to find a couple loads that weren't even on Truckstop or DAT though. 123 low board is still new and probably has room to grow. They have some nice features too though. There just doesn't seem to be enough participating brokers on this platform yet. Like they have some nice, I forget some of the nice features, but they had some nice features that were like, they automatically found certain like lanes and numbers and stuff for you that was actually convenient if there were more people participating, brokerages. I believe it's about $50 a month or so at the time of this writing and recording. So maybe give it a try and see if you like it. That's what this is all about, developing your own style and what works for you. You might be able to pull some stuff out of there that some of us aren't seeing, or call on something that has no posted rate, but it's just like the one that really needs to go, and it happens for you more, and you find a way to get those type of loads out of the low board, then hey. But I would not rely on this low board to be my main low board, me personally. So we don't want to do what? Cheap out when it comes to low boards. It's the main place that we're getting our freight from. Next, an option is Uber Freight. Uber Freight has been out for a while now. I booked a few loads with them off truckstop.com. So when it's not getting covered on Uber Freight, or when they really want to get it covered fast, maybe they'll post it on Uber Freight and Truckstop or in DAT. They have their own app. They are still primarily van and reefer based, but they've slowly but surely seem to be on their move to open deck freight. And they do have open deck freight. I booked open deck freight, flatbed freight with Uber. Many people seem to like their app because there's little to no negotiations involved. If you see a load that you want, I guess you just click book and it's yours, give or take, so to speak. I've done it like that on JB Hunt, but like I said, when I book Uber, usually I'm booking them off truck stop. Some people prefer this style of load booking. As long as all the load info is posted, I don't mind this style of booking. But I still like to call so I can get all the load information and so I can know who I'm dealing with. I like to call. I like to get on the phone. But Uber Freight does pay very quickly. Yeah, they pay very quickly. Yeah. Yeah, they pay quickly without a like a quick charge fee either. So they're definitely great on that end. I believe the Uber Freight app is free to use and all that good stuff as well. So there's no real reason not to have this app on your phone, I guess. Maybe I need to get it again. See what's going on back on in Flatbed. Just in case for backup and extra opportunities. Cool. So next we got Convoy. Convoy is another one similar to Uber. I don't have much personal experience with Convoy, but I just wanted to let you know about it. Just let the awareness of it. People over in the van and reefer side seem to like Convoy quite well. From what I hear, they have a setup very similar to Uber Freight. I did use the app a couple of times, but the flatbed freight was not there. I mean, there was literally no flatbed freight when I went through. I went to Houston, Texas, where there's guaranteed to be some type of flatbed freight moving in and out of Houston. It was just local little skip arounds and nothing like freight really. I've checked back with Convoy from time to time, but I haven't checked on it in a while. Maybe they'll be picking up on flatbed or have already. And I believe, yes, the Convoy app is free to use as well. And as I said, the van and reefer guys seem to like this platform and don't have much to say bad about it. Or negative from what I've been able to gather, at least. So next we got this one, Trucker Path load board. The in-house load board for Trucker Path. Can't tell you a whole lot about this one. I've been on their platform a few times and I never really saw anything that interested me. It just looked like a bunch of heavy leftover general freight. But then again, that was on the flatbed side. Maybe there's more going on in the van and reefer side. So just another one to be aware of and use at your own discretion. I did see some brokerages I recognized from other places, just not a ton of freight. Then we got the in-house load board, broker load boards. This is the category most of the other load boards fall into. In my technology chapter we just went through, I mentioned the main ones that I use, like this JB Hunt Carrier 360. Here's their link again. This is actually a really nice app. You can do your check-in calls and stuff, like when you get on site and when you get loaded calls, and your updates straight through the app. And you can also book loads and place bids on loads too. If there's no posted rate, it'll say that this load I think it expires at a certain time, but you can go ahead and place your bid in and stuff like that. So it's a really functional app. It's pretty cool. Now I use the ATS one still from time to time, this brokeredloads.com, but I don't use this one much. But I use it as a backup plan to my backup plan, for my backup plan, right? Every now and then I'll snag like a load off the ATS load board. Very, very rarely, actually. They mostly only post their overflow stuff, like the really cheap and heavy, like rebar and stuff like that. But if you are a flatbed, do maybe make a shortcut on your phone. Just never know. Sometimes there might be a good one posted on here that's not posted on Truck Stop. It's just posted on the in-house load board. It might stay up for a little while and then go to Truck Stop or something. But if Truck Stop and DAT aren't doing well for me, I'll come over here to ATS and see if there's like something different I can see. And to be honest, these are really the only two in-house load boards that I'll use, the JB Hunt and the ATS. I've experienced some of the other ones, but it's just never really been my style to go into those. Then they're usually like in different stages of development, and it may not work that well and stuff like that. And truckstop.com is where it's all happening at, and DAT, until the next really big competitor can step up. All right, so let's get into talking about tactics, negotiations, and how I book my freight. Simple stuff. We're gonna get really close to knowing how to do this stuff. Okay. There are many different tactics that people use, and there are many different tactics that I've experimented with along the years. I will share with you exactly how I book my freight. It took me many years to develop the strategies and tactics that I use. I have had many years of practice and experience at Landstar, and many years out here in the public load boards. Excuse me. I will share with you my methods, and choose to make them your own if you wish. At the very least, I'm sure my methods will give you a great foundation onto which to build your own methods. Let my experience become yours and streamline your process into developing your own style of load booking and deal making. How you use the load boards, how you dispatch yourself, and how you make your deals will have a big influence into your success. So let's continue into chapter 17, which is, well, sounds like chapter 17. What is chapter 17? Chapter 17 is how I book my freight, I believe. Sure is. That's what we get to do next. Chapter 17, how I book my freight. I'll see you right on over there at the other side.